Alright guys, I'm driving back from my friend's house. You know who this is. I figure I'd bang this out right now while I'm driving back doing absolutely nothing. Carson Wentz situation, obviously if he's 100%, you start him no matter what. I'm all for it because yes, skill-wise, it's not even comparable. He's better than Nick Foles. Now, Nick Foles is a legend. He's a living legend in Philadelphia. He's my favorite Philadelphia Eagle of all time. There's no disputing that. And there's no disputing the skill set that Carson Wentz possesses in the NFL. There's no disputing that. My problem is, and people don't understand this, is you have to make sure that Carson Wentz is healthy enough to start the regular season or whenever he does go into live game action, because he hasn't played it down since December. The last time he played was December 12th. All right? If he doesn't play a preseason snap or any live game action and you start him week 1, that is a major, major risk. Because who says that this guy has fixed up his game at all? In order to make sure that you don't get injured again, like the way he did, you have to stop being that reckless. You can't run into 2 linebackers like an idiot. You have to make sure your progressions are on par with what you want to do, and you have to be a team leader. All right, and he was a leader last year by far. Now, his first year in Philadelphia, he was average, but as a rookie, I'm going to say he was good. Last year, he was phenomenal. He was on pace to be an MVP. All right, but you cannot just throw him into the fire against an Atlanta Falcons team that wants revenge against us for last year's playoff loss. You can't do it. And I know people in Philadelphia love Carson Wentz, but let's be honest here, guys. I'm not dumb. I'm sure you guys aren't dumb. Philly fans aren't the smartest fans out there. I'm sorry. These guys would probably want to start him in next week's preseason game if they really wanted to. Carson Wentz, I love him. We need him for the next 10 years. We have to be smart about this. We got to make sure he's 100% before he plays. We got to give him some snaps because we have a backup ready to go right now who just won a thing called the Super Bowl. You know what a Super Bowl is? It's a championship that we have never possessed as in our franchise history. We've never done it. And this guy won the Super Bowl for us. So this guy is ready to go. We paid him an extra sum of money because of what he did. And Wentz, in my opinion, isn't going to be ready to go week 1. So put Nick Foles in for the first 4 games. Let him go 3-1, 2-2, whatever. A good enough winning percentage so when Carson Wentz comes back fully healed, fully ready to go, we're ready to kick ass again. We have Carson Wentz has a ton of time to win more titles. You have to be careful with it. And people don't understand this. Carson Wentz is a generational talent. In order to make sure you get the most out of your generational talent, you have to make sure everything is perfect and ready to go. You cannot just throw him out there because he's better than Nick Foles. You can't do it. Nick Foles is good enough to win. Carson Wentz is our guy. He's our generational talent. He's our starter. You have to make sure that everything is all right with the guy before you throw him out there. All right, because if we throw him out there week 1 because the fans get a hold of the franchise and they're like, oh, Carson's our guy, we got to make sure that he plays because his stats are going to suffer. If you throw him out there and he gets injured, he's fucked. And I'm going to be pissed. And I'm going to come back after everyone, which everyone probably wants to see anyway, but no. Me as a smart fan and not as a dumb biased fan that loves Carson Wentz so much that I want to see him out there week 1, I know what you have to do to get this guy back. An ACL and an MCL injury at the same time is a major injury. Major, not minor. You have to make sure that everything is spot on before he gets thrown out there. Because let's face it, guys, our fans, Philly fans, are assholes. All right? If this guy has a little bit of negative energy coming into the game, well, not coming into the game, but during the game where he's not really, it has no signs of progression, like he's nervous, like he's not playing well, you know damn well these fans are going to boo, knowing that Nick Foles, the backup that just won the Super Bowl, is backing him up and he's sitting there right on the bench. You know these assholes are going to boo him. So you have to make sure that he goes through his progressions, right? You have to make sure that he's ready to go coming back from injury, a major injury. You have to make sure. I'm only explaining this once, and this is the perfect way to explain it, because Carson Wentz is our franchise for the next 10 plus years. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say on this topic. Because Carson Wentz means this much to this football team. Because Nick Foles isn't going to be here after next year. He's going to be a starter somewhere else. So you have to make sure Carson Wentz is ready to go. You have to make sure he's in the right position to go. You cannot fuck this up. Because if you fuck this up, this could fuck our franchise down the road. And you want to win more, right? You want to win more Super Bowls, right? You have to make sure it's done right. That's all I'm going to say. Peace, guys. I'm out. Bye.